many times that the U.S. is doing far better than any other country when it comes to testing.
Yes.
Why does that matter? Why is this a global competition to you if every day Americans are still losing their lives and we're still seeing more cases every day?
Well, they're losing their lives everywhere in the world. And maybe that's a question you should ask China. Don't ask me, ask China that question, okay? When you ask them that question, you may get a very unusual answer. Yes, behind you, please.
Sir, why are you saying that to me specifically?
I'm
That I
telling
should
you,
ask
I'm not
China?
saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question
That's
like that.
not a nasty
Please go
question.
ahead.
Why does it matter? when-
Okay, anybody else? Please, go ahead in the back, please.
I have two questions.
No, it's okay.
But
We'll
you
go over
pointed
here.
to me. I have two questions, Mr.
Next,
President.
next, please.
But you called on me.
I did, and you didn't respond, and now I'm calling on
Sorry, I just
the
wanted
young
to,
lady in the back, please.
I just wanted to let my colleague finish.
Okay.
But can I ask you a
Ladies and
question,
gentlemen,
please?
thank you very much. Appreciate
But
it.
you called
Thank you
on-
very much. Don't be threatening. Be nice. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
What a stupid question that is.
Keep your voice down, please.
You've said repeatedly that you think that some of the equipment that governors are requesting they don't actually need. You said New York might need
I
might
didn't
not
say
need
that. I didn't
30,000.
say that.
You said it on
I didn't
Sean
say that. Come
Hannity's
on.
Fox News.
Come
You
on.
said
You know,
that
why
you might.
why don't you
some-
people act? Let me ask you.
You said
why
some
don't you
states-
act? Why don't you act in a little more positive? It's always trying to
My
get
question
you.
to you
Get you. And you know what? That's why nobody trusts the media anymore.
My
That's
question
why
to you is,
people,
how is that gonna
Excuse me,
impact?
you didn't hear me. That's why you used to work for the Times and now you work for somebody else. Look, let me tell you something. Be nice. Don't
Mr.
be
President, my
threatening.
question
Don't
is-
be threatening. Be nice.
Jared Kushner said the notion of the federal stockpile was it's supposed to be our stockpile. It's not supposed to be state stockpiles that they then use. What did he mean by our?
Oh, why didn't you ask him?
And
I mean,
even the fact that taxpayers from
What's that?
every
I
state
got you. I
pays
got
for
you.
it.
It's such a basic, simple question, and you try and make it sound so bad. You ought to be, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You know what? You ought to be ashamed. You just asked your question in a very nasty tone.
The Paycheck Protection Program has gotten off to a confusing start for small
I don't think
businesses
so. I think it's
because
done very well.
Wells Fargo has stopped taking applications. Bank of America
Not
initially
anymore, they haven't.
prioritized taking applications from clients that were already
Bank of
borrowers.
America. I wish you'd ask the question differently. Why don't you say it's gotten off to a tremendous start, but there are some little glitches, which, by the way, have been worked out. It would be so much nicer if you do that. But you're just incapable of asking a question
Sir, what
in a
oversight
positive
measures-
way. It's such a positive event, and you ask it in such a negative way. It just, I wish we had a fair media in this country, and we really don't.
We were angry because information about the virus should have been told to us earlier and a lot sooner. People knew it was happening and people did not want to talk about it. Many Americans are saying the exact same thing about you, that you should have warned them the virus was spreading like wildfire through the month of February instead of holding rallies with thousands of people. Why did you wait so long
Who are you
to
with?
warn
Who-
them?
who are you with?
And why did you
Yeah.
not have social distancing until March 16th?
Who are you with?
I'm Weijia Jiang with CBS News.
So, if you look at what I did in terms of cutting off or banning China from coming in,
Chinese nationals. But by the way, not Americans who are also
nice and
coming
easy,
from China.
nice and easy.
You acknowledge that you didn't think
Keep
it
your
was
voice down,
going to
please.
spread?
Keep your voice down.
Did you not
How
think this
many?
was going
How
to
many?
spread?
How many cases were in the United States? I did a ban where I'm closing up the entire country. How many people died?
And that's a fair point.
How many people died in the United States? And yet I closed up the country, and I believe there were no deaths, 0 deaths at the time I closed up the country. Nobody was there. And you should say thank you very much for good judgment.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
Sit down, please. Sit down. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. I'll give you voter suppression. Excuse me, I'm not responding to you. I'm talking to this gentleman. Will you please sit down?
Same thing with April Ryan. I watch her get up. I mean, you talk about somebody that's a loser. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
Question? Yeah, go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her.
No,
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you say of Robert Mueller? He says that you're lying from your investigation.
Let me just tell you something. I know you always have a question. You mean my White House aides lied? What about his aides? What about Mueller's aides? He didn't say that at all. You're untruthful when you ask. You are untruthful when you ask that question. When you ask that question, you're untruthful. And if you were ever truthful, you'd be able to write the truth.
On the campaign trail, you called yourself a nationalist. Some people saw that as emboldening white nationalists. Now people are also
I don't
saying
know why you'd
that
say
the
that.
president.
That's such a racist
There are
question.
some people that say that now the Republican Party is seen as supporting white nationalists
Oh, I
because
don't
of your
believe
rhetoric.
that. I don't
What do
believe
you make of that?
I don't believe that. That's such a racist question. Honestly, I mean, I know you have it written down and you're going to tell me. Let me tell you, it's a racist question.
And Miss,
Excuse me, but to say that, what you said, is so insulting to me. It's a very terrible thing that you said.
I guess at this point I'm numb to it. It's been 2 years of the same thing, but now it's open. It's openly said by the President of the United States. You know, there's been efforts to silence me in the briefing room. There have been efforts to discredit me.